Hey there, viewers. Welcome back to Bestie. Do you dread family gatherings? They say you can't choose your family, and sometimes that rings true. Family dynamics can be tricky to navigate. Sometimes it's a difference in politics or religion. Maybe your spouse doesn't get along with a certain family member, and that can cause stress on your relationship with them. There's 1,000,001 reasons as to why some families just can't get along. In today's video, we're going to talk about the behaviors of a dysfunctional family and the symptoms you may carry with you because of a toxic family environment. But stick around, because we'll also reveal the most important topic: how to heal and move forward. First things first, what is a dysfunctional family member? This usually means there's a deeper issue than just the occasional spat you may have with your mother-in-law. While dysfunctional or toxic families can vary with their different behaviors and frequency of severity, here are a few different examples of dysfunctional behavior within a family unit. Number 1. Addictions. This is a broad topic that can cover a wide range of behaviors. One or both parents could be affected, and this will no doubt have negative consequences. Alcohol or drug addiction is a big one, and this can also include gambling issues, overworking, or a problematic relationship with food. Number 2. Violence. Hopefully this has never happened to you, but unfortunately this is a reality for many people growing up. It could be verbal, emotional, or physical violence that's taken place. Children may have witnessed violence, experienced it, or a family may be in fear of explosive outbursts and have had to walk on eggshells for the majority of their lives. Number 3. Withdrawing. This means that one or both of the guardians threaten to withdraw their responsibilities as a parent. This can mean emotionally, but it can also mean physically, financially, or simply refusing to provide for their kids. Number 4. Treated like you owe your parents. This one refers to a pattern of exploitation. For example, the parent may act as if the child should be constantly grateful for them for everything and every moment of their life. This also means that the parent acts as if the child's sole purpose in life is to do everything that's demanded of them for the benefit of the adult. Number 5. Unreasonably strict or authoritative. Being strict is one thing, but if there's no flexibility on how one should behave, what they should believe in, or the rules of the household, there's bound to be some problems. For example, if a family doesn't believe in same-sex marriage and a child identifies as homosexual, that would cause a major rift in the family or for the family to lose contact altogether. Before we continue, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and click the notification bell so you never miss out on any updates from Bestie. Now that you know some of the most common types of toxic family dynamics, here are some of the symptoms that arise from growing up in such a household. Number 1. Alcohol or drug abuse. Genetics coupled with environmental factors do play a role in this, and addiction is a huge problem in the US. In 2004, it was concluded that just over 76 million people struggled with alcohol use and that 185 million people over the age of 15 worldwide take some sort of hard drug. Experts believe that addiction can be inherited from a parent, and one study showed that a person is much more likely to partake in drugs and alcohol if it's present while they grow up. The study goes on to say that basically if you grow up with a parent who struggles with an addiction, you're not only more likely to have the same drive in your genes, but you're most likely to be exposed to these triggers more often, which occurs in a pattern of substance abuse well into adulthood. Number 2. You're really hard on yourself. This is a big one that's often seen in people who come from a dysfunctional family environment, especially if you were told you're not good enough or your feelings were not valid as a kid. It seems no matter how well you progress or what you achieve in life, you'll always find a way to discredit yourself or to focus on that person who's better than you. One way or another, you'll find yourself at fault in even the best of situations. Number 3. Trust issues. When a parent exerts control over every aspect of their child's life, it's bound to create some issues later on. This can often result in trust issues in your relationships and in yourself, which results in self-doubt. This self-doubt can leach its way into many aspects of a person's adult life. They may find it hard to simply believe others, but it can also cause someone to not trust their own actions and judgments. This can cause issues in everyday life, like with school, with work, or even with the way someone views themselves, like their identity. Number 4. Poor communication skills. This one probably comes as no surprise. If you've never learned how to communicate properly as a kid, how are you supposed to know how to do it as an adult? Try not to be too hard on yourself if this sounds like you. It's perfectly normal, and you can learn how to communicate better with the help of those around you or therapy. This is a difficult one to overcome, but it's not impossible. Number 5, oversensitivity. If you've walked on eggshells all your life, you're naturally attuned to being sensitive. These are habits and patterns that you needed as a child, and it can be hard to shake as an adult. Since negative words and bad situations will justify that little voice in your head, the key here is to not listen to it and try to find ways of building yourself up so these lows don't affect you so much. Number 6, you resist change. This can be present when you actively try and change your outlook or start to try and fix some of the issues you struggle with because of a toxic upbringing. If your family is still trying to control you, they'll feel threatened by any positive changes you make in your life and will say things like, "You've changed." When this happens, it's important for you to believe in yourself and trust your own instincts, even if you've been told not to up until this point. This is one of the first steps in taking your life back and starting the road to recovery with your folks. Before we get into the best part, here's another video you'll like. Check out when to cut toxic family members from your life. Glad you're still here, because now we're going to talk to you about how you can make positive changes in your life and ways you and your family can begin to heal. Number 1, ditch feeling like a victim. It's true, you were robbed of a wholesome upbringing and you'll never get that back. That might be a hard pill to swallow, but the sooner you do it, the faster you can move forward with your life and let the healing begin. Hopefully you've managed to become a well-adjusted adult anyway, and remember, there's no shame in seeking help if you're not there yet. Therapy is a great tool and it can really help those who use it. But if you insist on being the victim, you'll never let go of those hurtful memories and you'll become a pessimist when it comes to your family. You can change the narrative. Instead of thinking about how much you were hurt, think about how much you survived and how it made you into the strong person you are today. Number 2, you are not your childhood. If you blame all of your bad behaviors on your childhood, you'll never grow out of them. As we get older, we gain more perspective, and carrying all of that negative energy will only cause more harm and pain to you and your family. If you can, let it go and acknowledge you went through a hard time. If you can accept that you are in control of your present self, not your past, you'll gain a whole new life that you have complete autonomy over. That can be extremely empowering and healing. Number 3, if forgiveness is possible, forgive. This will likely be one of the hardest things you'll ever do, but it doesn't have to come last. If you're waiting for an apology, you may never get one. It's up to you to find a place where you're able to forgive. And if you can't, that's okay too. You need to be gentle with yourself and have a discussion with your family about how to move forward in a way that works for everyone. Sometimes therapy can be a necessary step, and if you need professional help, then you should seek it out. In the end, you're the one who is responsible for your own happiness, and letting go of the pain and finding forgiveness can be a turning point in your life and relationship with your family. Did you come from a dysfunctional family? Do you have a relationship with them now? Let us know in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. Enjoyed this video? Hit like, share, and subscribe to Bestie. Wait! What kind of Bestie would we be if we didn't tell you about our other awesome videos? Go ahead, choose the left or right video and enjoy.